welcome to the Scream at Night podcast, your midnight home for all things horror, from Scream 7 theories to horror debates and deep dives into the darkest corners of the genre. As we dive deep into the shadows of fear, film, and everything that makes us scream, we'll be breaking down horrors past, present, and future every week, here where horror never sleeps.
Hello?
Hello, Sydney.
What's going on? Here we are ready to do this for the Scream at Night podcast. And ladies, this is technically it's episode 5. Who would have thought these episodes kind of go by pretty quick, but I'm so glad that you are here tonight. Great to have you.
Yeah, you haven't kicked us off yet, so thank you.
Yeah, thanks for having us back again.
That's funny. I haven't kicked you off. No, I would not do that. It's fun, seriously, having you guys on here, and just like a lot of the fun that we have, talking about these things we've had in other arenas, most notably like on Instagram. So it's great to have it here. Seriously, I wouldn't have it any other way. For you guys here, thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate it. Some of you guys came over from Jake's stream. Much appreciated. We love you guys. Val is the first ready to rock and roll. I knew it. She's been prepping for Stranger Things forever, and it'll be great to have some conversation about it tonight. Thank you for being here, Val. We appreciate you. We got DJ in the house. What's up, DJ? We got Shanta in the house. Lindsay is back with us. Good to have you. Hope you're doing well. We got Erica, who is here and is not going to be biting any fingers unless she has to. Thank you for being here, Erica. Paula's in the house. What's up, Paula? Good to have you here. We got Mr. in the house. Franchise is a roller coaster of opinions for me. Well, that is definitely something that we're hoping to get into tonight. What's up, Mikey? Good to have you here again. Thank you guys for coming over from Jake's stream. We had a lot of fun over there. Jack's in the house. Good to see you, Jack. And everyone else that's coming in. We appreciate it. And if you haven't hit the like button, please do. It helps us out so very much. And before we start, this just popped up. Look at this. We got Sarah. The 32, unbelievable.
32, big 32.
The big 32.
Seriously, all seriousness, Sarah, thank you so much for just just being just awesome, and seriously, as a friend, as a supporter, I couldn't thank you enough for that. So thank you so much.
Thank you. I'm happy to still be around after all this time. I feel like a piece
thank
of
goodness.
furniture.
Jeez. Oh no. We love you though. We love you.
You do more than a couch.
You a hell of a lot more, I'm telling you.
No,
man.
It's great. I love it. I would also like to say that I'm repping the audio listeners tonight. I don't have my camera on. So if you are listening on Spotify or Apple Playlists or wherever you can find this podcast, you're not missing much from me.
Oh, well, thank you for that plug too. You're better at this than me. I'm telling you, you guys are just always on top of things. But let's dive into Stranger Things a little bit. And Sarah, let's start with you. Season 5. What was your experience like? I know we talked a little bit about this like in our Instagram thread, but for the folks listening and watching, what was your experience like the day before and once you started watching it, and as you started watching it, what was your experience with it?
I was really excited for it. I've always liked this show. I never really thought of myself as a diehard fan until season 4, though. That's when I got really excited about it. So I was pumped. I watched it the day after it launched. I was away at a work thing, and I wanted to be able to fully experience it on a TV at home instead of on my phone in a hotel. So I was counting down the hours till I got home and I could watch it.
Oh, nice. Very, very cool. All right. Julie, how about you? I mean, what was it like for you getting into this volume one?
Well, I'll say this. So 2 weeks ago, I was making fun of people for just the idea that they're gonna put, I think, the last volume in the theater. I was like, "Oh, come on, that's so dumb." But now I'm gonna go pay to see it in the theater. I
I love that.
will. That's a promise.
I love
Um,
it.
I just I can't believe it's been almost 10 years that this
Yes.
show's been on. I mean, this
Hmm.
is
Right?
I remember when I first watched season 1 and I liked it a lot and
Yeah.
I thought it would just that was it. And I think it was originally supposed to be a one and done or an anthology or something like that. But
Mm.
I feel like every season, I just like season 2 fell in love. Season 3 was probably my least favorite, but still fell in love. And then season 4 hit like a train. And now to just,
Hmm.
it's so good. Yeah. So I was thrilled to watch this. Didn't watch it until
Awesome.
Saturday. I waited.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wait, got a little spoiled, but that's okay.
Well, I'm glad it wasn't. I'm glad it wasn't totally spoiled for you. You know, that's never
Mhm.
any fun if that's not what people are into. There are some folks that don't mind spoilers, and I have a couple of friends, you know, even on YouTube that are like, "Yeah, tell me whatever you want. I don't care." And I'm like, "Man, I just can't vibe like that. I got to experience it for myself." You know what I mean? So I'm glad you made it almost totally unscathed. You know, you're close to getting through.
I've seen
Um,
worse spoilers in my day.
there, there you go. I like
Yeah,
that.
and like we said, it's not the finale that was spoiled for you of like
Mhm.
the whole shebang. It was like, maybe a key point in an episode, but you just
Yeah.
gotta make sure you watch the finale on drop day or turn off your phone.
Yes,
Mhm.
it's so
Yep.
true, man. Well, you know, as you ladies know, I was so pumped to do this, to watch it, and me and the family, you know, we have two kids. They were, you know, excited to watch it. So we're down at my dad's for the holiday, and I'm like all prepped that night that it dropped. We were ready to go on. I think maybe 15 minutes or so after it dropped, and the server just was like pissed off at me. You know, it just would not let me watch more than like 5 minutes at a time. And after about six times of it dropping and coming up with that pardon the interruption thing, I was just like, nope, we can't watch it. So we had to kind of watch it sporadically over the next couple days, and we finished it on Sunday. We finished it last night, last evening, and so I was glad to get through it. But I really have always enjoyed this series. When I saw the first season, I was just blown away. I was just like, this is such a cool show. I love the cast. I love the story. I love the callbacks. I love the aesthetic. And kind of like what you were just saying, Julie, as the seasons progressed, I was just like, yeah, this is a great show. And it's crazy that's 10 years.
I
Like
know.
these kids are adults. You know, I saw this one thing on Instagram where it was showing them back then to now, and they look like totally different people. It's crazy.
It is. They took
Crazy.
their
I'm
time, that's for sure, but I think it paid off, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's very, very true. No doubt about that. Um, real quick too in the chat, and by the way, for you guys that are here, you know, we're obviously starting out with very non-spoilery type of discussion. We will get into spoilers shortly, and we'll make sure that we give a warning at that point as well. Val saying I was a late comer to the series, but I'm so glad I finally watched one of the best series out there. I I agree. This is one of those big ones, man. It really is. Jack, Jack, I'm with you. Jack says I never skip the opening credits to this day. You know what's so funny? Let me just say this, and then Sarah, I'll give it back to you. So we're watching it with with the kids, and obviously the credits come on, and they're always like, "Skip the intro, skip the intro." I'm like, "No, I love the intro too. I'm really that geeky about it." I don't know why. I just love that intro so much.
It's a good one.
Um, it is good. And it
And you
encapsulates
need the
what the series
recap.
is. Yes,
Yeah.
that is so true. Oh my gosh. Did you? Let me ask you guys this. Well, Sarah, I'll start with you. Did you rewatch any of the previous seasons before five?
I did. In October, I just did a full rewatch, seasons 1 through 4, and I
Wow.
finished it, like, early November just because I knew it had been so long that even
Hmm.
if I did watch the little recap before the season started, it wouldn't have been enough. Like, there was stuff I straight up forgot. Season 2, it was
Mm.
like I was watching it for the first time,
Oh,
so I was
wow.
happy because I don't
Nice.
think I've watched season 2 or 3 since they aired. Like, I
Ooh.
remember going back at one point and watching the first season, but then I didn't do, like, a recap when, like, season 2 or 3 dropped, and then, yeah, I kinda just went in blind to 4 because, like I said, I really liked the show, but I wasn't, like, diehard, but
Hmm.
4 is what really, like, really got me into it, so when I knew 5 was coming, I did, like, a full rewatch.
Wow. Yeah. We rewatched 4 for the most part. And that was pretty cool. I wanted to go right back to the beginning, but we just didn't have enough time.
Mhm.
And to do it with all four of us coordinating our schedules and plus the kids that go to bed obviously earlier because of school. So I wish I had done that. Julie, did you rewatch anything before 5?
I'll say partially because because this is a comfort show for me, but specifically my parents. So whenever I go over to my parents' house, it's like there's a good chance it's going to be playing on the TV.
Oh, that's
So
cool.
no, it's awesome. So I've seen all of the seasons like at least once a year, I would say.
Wow.
Um, so yeah,
Awesome.
I technically kind of rewatch them.
No, I love that. I love that. And Val, she said this before. She said I jinxed at night. I shouldn't have talked about it in our thread about the server shutting down. It's
Hey, she
okay,
told
Val.
me off. I said,
I
"No, they'll plan. They know." It had 40
yeah.
million views on opening night last time.
Oh, so crazy, man. It is so crazy. And Shanta was saying it's the theme tune and watching the names for me. Yeah, it's a really cool intro. I
Mhm.
think they did a hell of a job with it. Erica, thank you for putting the link in the chat. Definitely check out the Patreon. We're really gonna be doing some cool stuff, starting to do some cool stuff, watch parties and so forth. And today, also a shout out to Kelly and to Gina. Today I did a test on Patreon, and I figured out a way to simultaneously broadcast to Patreon, YouTube, and X, and maybe even Instagram at the same time, which is crazy. Like
Wow.
they have this new feature that is so crazy. So I'm definitely going to be looking into doing some more of that because it's just easier to kind of be able to have a hub to kind of put things out to everyone. So thank you for that, Eric. I appreciate that. Um, so let's get into what we saw. So Sarah, let's start with you. Um, and you can just talk about whatever you want to talk about with any of the episodes. I'm assuming we'll
Mhm.
probably start more from episode 1, but what were your takes?
So I did find the ramp up to Caesar episode 4 a little slow,
Mhm.
but I understand that, we're introducing new characters, we're having to set the scene of where they are now. We
Yep.
didn't know if how much time was going to be passed. They have to, reintroduce us to the world a little bit. But I was a little impatient because I was like, I got to see where these people are. I want to know what's going on. Like, tell me what's happening. So
Right.
I was a little impatient with the first like 3 episodes, but,
Mhm.
man, I know we'll talk a lot about it later, but 4 is where it's at.
Ain't that the truth?
Yeah, and
Right.
there's, like, some other little things I know we'll get way in depth later, but they're making some interesting choices with characters, maybe doing some things I wish they weren't.
Mm,
Um, it's a lot of reacting to trauma, which is interesting. But yeah, I just
yeah.
4 we really ramped up, and I'm excited to see where the rest of the season goes.
Yeah. Hell yeah. I agree with you. Julie, when we talk about some of these characters that we've gotten to know so well, and especially like you said, watching, the seasons kind of as a yearly thing, um, what did you think about the characters? Like if we talk about, Mike and Will and just all of them together, Elle. Hopper. I love Hopper, by the way. I just want to put that out there. I've always loved Hopper so much. But what were you thinking about how they were depicted in five and some of these you know, connections that they had or maybe didn't have, like Sarah was kind of alluding to.
Yeah, I had some issues with some of the characters in season 4, particularly
Hmm.
Mike and Will. I always
Yeah.
have an issue with Jonathan. I'm sorry. I
Yeah.
feel like I've seen this show so many times and I can't remember a single thing Jonathan has done after season 1. Like I really can't. I'm sorry. I'm a Jonathan hater, but
Yeah.
but I think they really turned around 2 characters specifically in season 5 for me. It was Mike and Will.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Um,
Hmm.
on the flip side, I feel like they kind of uh, yeah, I don't really like what they did with some other character. I'll throw Steve out there, for example. I feel like they kind of,
Hmm.
I don't know. It's weird. It's like in season 4, they really, and it's like they do this. They elevate certain characters, and then other characters kind of like are
Fall to the
off.
wayside.
The
Yeah.
writing is a little weird.
Hmm.
And I feel like they flip flop from season 4, where certain characters that were awesome in that season are kind of like, it's kind of weird writing. But
Yeah.
that's just me. Yeah. So slightly disappointed, but also really happy that they turned around certain characters. I'm like, what the heck? I love these characters now. Again, I should say.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree with you. There were some decisions that they made, and by the way, so we're gonna start getting into specific um, character stuff and plot points and so forth. So again, guys, if you have not seen Volume One, this is your official warning. I do think this is the type of show that, I mean, we're not going to talk about the ending, right now, but we're going to get there. But I do think this is the type of show that has a lot going on. So even hearing about some plot points, I don't think it destroys the experience of watching it, just in my own personal opinion. And I don't like spoilers. So for me to say that, it's pretty big. But Sarah, let's get into some of these characters because I think Julie made a good point. Some of these characters, I just like, what are we doing here? It's just interesting. I know they like to set up certain things to be an arc, but what were some of the things that you saw that you either liked or didn't like about these characters?
Yeah, similar to Julie, I really liked how they turned around Will and Mike.
Hmm.
I like that they were giving us different duos as well. Like, I really like the
Yeah.
stuff they're doing with Robin and Will. That's really fun. I like
Yes.
the Robin and Steve relationship is still strong as well. Of course, I like seeing Hopper and Joyce and Eleven as like a family unit together.
Hmm.
But
That was cool.
then they're like, I don't want to say they're causing tension for no reason because I'm sure there is a plan, or I'm hoping there is a plan. But like they're letting other relationships like Dustin and Steve fall apart. It's like, why? They were a good thing. They
Yeah.
had a great thing going. And I know it's
Mhm.
going to tie into, Dustin's trauma with losing Eddie, but it's like,
Yeah.
we don't need a lot of interpersonal drama right now. We have like world ending stuff happening. Um,
Yeah.
they're still kind of pushing that love triangle with like Nancy and Jonathan and Steve, which I think is getting a little tired. But if
Yeah.
episode 3 is an indicator, I think it's going to come to a head soon. Um,
Yeah.
and yeah, they're kind of they're making some weird choices that I don't think need to have been made. Like we didn't need to see certain relationships fall apart to let other ones blossom. We just could have focused on the other ones a little more.
Hmm. Yeah, no, I agree. And I also jump in too. I think the whole thing with Jonathan and Steve and Nancy, it just kind of feels like, okay, guys, let's
The
kind of
world's
move
ending, make a
on.
choice.
It's been a
Yeah,
decade. It's been
right,
a decade. Well, maybe not on the show timeline, but like,
right.
come on, guys.
Yeah, it's kind of like we can move on from this, can't we? And I'm gonna be honest, and I even hate saying this. And let me preface this by saying, because I know there's probably some people in the chat like, what do you mean? This is a great show. This is a great show, and I love this show, and I'm loving the season so far, and I love all the characters. Even if some of the choices for these characters I'm not big on right now. I know it's a long game, but I'm gonna start off by saying for some reason Nancy's not hitting for me, and I don't know exactly why. I know that story-wise there are obviously some different things happening, and of course when your family gets hurt and your sister gets taken, all of that, but for some reason she's just not hitting the same way she has, like even last season, and I'm hoping that changes as we go forward. Um I also when we talk about Max, I was kind of like, okay, where's Sadie Sink at? Let's let's go. What's going on? And I think what they explained, and I'll let you guys get into that if you want, but the way they were explaining, where she was and what was going on and her game plan, I thought it was like, okay, that's kind of cool, but it was kind of like, I don't know. I just kind of was like raising my eyebrows a couple of times, not that I hated it, but I just, again, you've got so many characters. And that's the thing with this show is you're balancing so many different characters and relationships that I wouldn't even want to try to think about doing it personally, but they find a way to make it all work in the end always. So it's like that journey to get there. Julie, what do you think of like Max and Nancy and this whole thing with like you were saying with Jonathan and Steve and Nancy?
Well, number one, I felt weirdly bored during the expository Max scene.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
I
yeah,
was just
yeah.
like, why is this boring? And I feel like, and I think it was, oh, Sarah, it was either you or Val who pointed out a plot hole that introduces. And I was like, oh no, I hope they know what they're doing. But Nancy, Steve, and Jonathan, yeah, it's getting a little old. And I want Steve to come out on top of that. Sorry, but Nancy, yeah, now that you mention it, she is a little. I think the thing they did with her parents was a really good scene.
Yeah,
Stuff in the hospital. But yeah, and I think she's falling victim to what I was saying a bit ago about how they just kind of like it's so weird. It's like they excel in writing some characters in certain seasons and then they like flatline others.
yeah,
And
yeah,
it's really weird. I don't know if it's just because they have so many characters at this point that they're like, okay, well, someone needs to, suffer from not bad writing, but
right. Yeah,
Um, yeah, but I will say I'm so glad that everyone's together again because something I did not like in season 4 was the California, the Hawkins, and the Russia different. Everybody split up in those 3 different spots.
Yeah.
I thought that was,
yeah.
especially the California people. Oh my, that I'm sorry, but that group was just like a flop, like flat tire for me.
Oh
But
man.
it all came together in the end. It did. It did.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I agree with that. It was kind of weird having them all split apart. Although I will say, the Russia crew, I did enjoy that story a lot. And our buddy Murray, he was hilarious. And it feels like, in season 5, it's kind of like, yeah, he's there, but it's like he's not able to really cook. You know what I mean? I don't
I
know if that
was
makes sense or not.
No, as soon as you said his name, I was like, yeah, that's another one where he just feels off.
Yeah,
Like he's
yeah.
himself, but it's also like, why are you like, yeah, no,
Yeah, it's
much
just
to
so
do.
many it's so many
Mhm.
characters. I mean, it's hard to give them all enough time. Sarah, let me throw this at you. Dustin, we touched upon the whole trauma thing and dealing with Eddie and all of that. What do you think of Dustin's character in 5 so far?
I understand why they're doing it, but I hope it resolves soon because honestly,
Mhm.
it's like a little annoying. Like, we don't
Yeah,
need to be causing conflict in the group right now. Like, they
yeah.
have enough on the go. Similar to what Julie was kind of touching on, I like when the ensemble is together. They work best as an ensemble. That's why they're an
Mhm.
ensemble.
Yeah.
I Don't like when they split off and go off on their own little side journeys. Now, there is a distinction. Like, if everybody is in on the plan, it's a plan, we know what we're doing, and we got to go do our own thing, that's great. But I don't like when half of the group has no idea what's happening with the other half of the group. Kind of like
Yeah.
the season 4, like California had no idea what Indiana was doing.
Yeah. Yeah. Agree. That was weird. It's kind of like, I don't know. It takes away the strengths of the series, and also of the cast. I think one thing about the cast, in pretty much all the way through, they all have great chemistry together. You know what I mean? So when they are apart, it's almost like they can't be at full strength, if that makes any sense whatsoever.
Yeah,
But Dustin's been irritating
Yeah,
the
and
shit
right
out of me.
now
I can't
they're
lie.
me too.
yeah.
Yeah.
That scene when oh my god, when he and Steve, there's like multiple scenes. I felt like I was in a nightmare.
Well, they're
Just
making Steve
repeating like
stupid again.
they are, yeah.
Yeah,
They are kind of regressing him, yeah.
every scene he's like, "Well, how is this gonna help us?" Da, 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 and everyone's looking at him like he's the idiot in the class.
Yeah,
It's
it's
like,
like,
Steve
dude,
is
just shut
he's
up.
not
You've been doing
dumb.
this for so long. Oh my
Right.
god. And when he and Dustin are just yelling at each other in the car,
Yeah.
and it's just like I was, please stop. Like I feel
Yeah.
like there's at least 4 different scenes of them doing that. And
It's gotta be.
it's different because it's not funny this time. It's
Yeah.
just flatlining and it's irritating. So
Right?
yeah,
Agree.
that's disappointing.
At this
Mhm.
point, I'm like, give me less Dustin, give me more delightful Derek. Like, I am
Yeah.
Right?
all in on some of these new characters.
Bro, can we talk about the greatest character of all time who
Oh
came
my
out of
god.
nowhere? Like when I first saw or first remember seeing Derek, at the playground or whatever, and I'm like, get this kid out of here. You know what I mean? And some way, somehow, he turns around and just becomes so much fun. Like you guys were saying on our Instagram thread, he's slapping people with the ruler on the head, and it's just funny. The kid was cooking. He has that it thing that makes you kind of like just
Mhm.
lock into him. Tell me what you guys thought about Derek, because I'm telling you, he was cracking me up. He was cracking my kids up too, man.
I love
I
Derek. Sorry, go ahead, Julie.
No, you go, Sarah.
Okay, I was gonna say I love Derek, and I love that the internet has now accepted him because people were giving him crap, right? He was a random kid who got his own poster and nobody knew who he was. So people are like, why is this kid here? We don't want this kid. And now everyone's like, I'm sorry, I was unfamiliar with your game, Derek. Like Derek is holding everybody together. He
Yeah.
has some of the best one-liners of the show. Like, I
Yes.
can't tell you how many times I've yelled at my coworkers, Ashley Klein is a snitch in the last like 3 days.
I love that. It was great. Ashley Klein's a snitch. How strong is
And I
that
think it's
kid?
because things are so like right now and the existing characters are fighting that we need like a little levity. We need like the Ericas and the Dereks.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true. No doubt about it whatsoever. Julie, what do you think?
Yeah, I feel like he gives Erica a run for her money. Like those two are so consistently fun. I'm sorry, she's been consistently funny over the years, but I was the same way. When he showed up, I was like, "Oh my god, get this kid up out of here. Like I can't wait for him to die."
Wow.
And then he was so oh my god. Yeah, like the scene where him and his family with the drugs and everything, that was hilarious.
Yes, yes.
Oh my god, and then the bathroom scenes, like he's a little rock star. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah,
When he's barreling everybody over,
I
and then he
know.
sees
I'm like,
Erica and he's like, "Oh," and he runs the other way.
yes, yes. You should have eaten the pie. He's a strong kid.
Throwing dirt in Will's eyes, tackling
Yes,
Joyce.
Yeah.
He held
man.
a bathroom door against 3 soldiers. Don't
I
mess with
know.
delightful Derek.
Oh my
Yeah,
god,
yeah,
I was crying when they finally kicked the bathroom door open and then they all went flying.
yeah, yeah. That
Oh,
was a
can I
great
just
Oh
scene.
my
say,
god.
I think the single funniest thing that happened this season is when Ashley Klein walks into the bathroom and they were like trying to hold the water down, and she looked over and the little kid is halfway out of the hole and
Yeah,
he
yeah.
shoots that look at her.
Yes.
I have replayed that over and over. It's a GIF now, it's a meme now. It's my favorite thing.
Dude, I've
Yeah,
seen
that
like
was great.
500 reels of that moment. It's just so
Yep, that was
with
a
the
great
music
scene.
It's
sting too
great.
as soon
And
as
then
she
they're
Yes.
sees
outside on
him.
the Mag Z. Yes.
Yes.
Oh my
Yes.
god.
Yeah, no, that was some great stuff. There's no doubt that we needed that. It was kind of some of the stuff. I mean, it sounds kind of cheesy to say, but that's some of the magic that we saw, in the kids and in the other seasons. And now that they're kind of dealing with different things, Dustin's dealing with his thing. And I do agree, Will and Mike, they've kind of been brought back into a nice little arc. Um, but Dustin, man, they got to get him straight because I'm just like, dude, you're pissing me off, man. You need to get on target. Lucas is fine. Lucas is always pretty cool. Um, I will say, man, that scene where he was with Max, he got emotional and was just trying to get her to come back. I was just like, man, they got to make this thing happen before the end of this season. Come on, this guy, he's trying to do all he can do for this girl. Come on, let him win. Let's have a
I
win for the
know.
kid? And I just
There's
don't know if that's gonna
no
happen.
no, there's no way that they're not
Ugh.
gonna do that. I mean, that would be
Be
pretty nasty.
so
Yeah.
so 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 you think at the end of the day, I know we're kind of jumping ahead to a prediction of sorts, but do you think they're gonna let Lucas and Max have their moment or whatever?
I think so. I think that would be really cruel to
It
not do
would.
that. I mean,
Yeah.
that just
Yeah, I agree.
what a way to end it. Like it's not
Yeah. Yeah.
now.
I will say this, there, was a little bit of a tease in it because when Max was going through her tirade of what she's been doing and what's been going on, and they had that scene where she's following the music and she can see into, the real world or whatever, when he was there with her holding her hand and she was like, I could feel his hand and blah blah blah. And it wasn't mushy the way she was talking about it, but you could tell that it meant a lot, to her, not just so that she could escape, but for him never leaving her side, like she said. And I'm like, okay, we're walking there. We're gonna get there. We gotta get there. And I hope that's what happens.
People are
I really
clowning
do.
on her
Speaking
for speed walking and not running to the
Right? Right? I was like, go,
man.
girl.
Oh
I knew
well.
I knew that was gonna happen though. Um, real quick too, in the chat. We got Ben in the house. What's up, man? Good to see you. Hope you're doing well, bro. Say, hey y'all, who else is excited for Silent Night, Deadly Night?
Oh
Yes.
yeah,
We were
yeah.
just
yeah.
talking about that.
Their boy
Uh,
Corey.
that's right. The redemption that we always knew could happen. He said Dustin's hair kills me.
It does. It was
I,
cute in the first season, but now it's hmm.
yeah, yeah,
He needs a
yeah. I
trim or
know.
something.
He definitely needs a trim. Night, Julie, Sarah, you rock. Thanks for the fantastic content. Thank you so much as well,
Thank
man. We
you.
appreciate you.
Thank you.
Seriously. Very, very cool. Sarah, so let's get into Elle and Hopper, and she's training not only for the Olympics but for the greatest battle of all time. What's your thought as far as what they got going on with Hopper and 11 and that part of the storyline?
I really like that. It's
Mhm.
believable. He is training her so she can be as prepared as possible, but he's also, terrified that something's going to
Mm,
happen to her. He is her dad now. They have that relationship. I enjoy them. I've always enjoyed them
yeah.
together. It's always been like one of the more interesting parts for me. I I don't really know what else to say. I'm excited to see where it's going.
Yeah.
Obviously, are we in spoiler territory now? Can we kind of
Oh
talk
yeah,
about
we're
stuff?
we're definitely in spoiler territory now. Absolutely. The warning is out there.
Yeah, so the scene where we saw that he was wearing the explosive vest,
Yeah.
I really was 50-50. Part of me was like,
Yeah.
he can't die right now, like it's too early. But
Right?
when he said like I love you, Jane, and then he started
Yeah.
going through flashbacks of his daughter Sarah, I was
Yeah.
like, are we gonna lose this man? I was like, we can't lose him. Like that's her dad.
Right. Yeah, I was
So
50-50 as well.
like really like my brain was going, I'm sure they have him for the whole season. They're not gonna get rid of him in part one. But I was like, I was genuinely scared that we were gonna lose him.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I was too. Julie, were you worried that they were gonna knock off Hopper that early?
Yeah, I mean, he's been threatening to like I've seen people clowning on this online too,
I
but he's
know.
been threatening to do this like every season. But
It's
no,
true.
I thought he was dude, I thought he was out of there because like Sarah
Yeah.
said, Jane, and then the flashbacks, which we haven't seen in at least a couple seasons.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Hopper's someone for me who I loved him in seasons 1 and 2, and then 3. In season 3, I could not stand his character. I thought it
Yeah.
was character assassination for
Mhm.
me.
Mhm.
And then I thought they brought him back in 4. He was fine. And now I like him in 5 too. I think
Yeah.
they've course corrected. Their scenes together, I feel like they could have done a little more with them.
Mhm.
Felt a slight twinge of like we're not getting anywhere.
Mhm.
Specifically, I think in episode 3, I want to say when they go into the Upside Down together,
Yeah.
or well, not
Yep.
together, but they find each other.
Yeah.
Thought it was a little slow, but overall, yeah, I think their relationship's good. Much better than I thought it was in 3. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, I think that I mean, and don't get me wrong. Again, I'm loving the show. It's really good. I love the characters, even though some of the choices I think are like, I wish they could have done this. I wish they could have done that. Again, it's early in the game. We still got a lot more to go in this season. But for Elle, I was just kind of like, okay, what else? What else we doing here? We're doing the Olympics trials. That's
Mhm.
cool. And, she wants to be able to do things on her own. I get that. And it makes sense. But it kind of felt like it was half cooked a little bit. And I was wanting a little bit more. Obviously, we got there, in the fourth episode. But I was kind of thinking, it's going a little slow. But I love Hopper. I think that you're right, Julie. When we got to season 3, was it 3? Yeah,
It was
3. I think it
3
was.
when he was acting like
Yeah,
a big jerk, and he was like the
super
comic
jerk.
relief character, but it wasn't funny. It was just like, irritating for me.
Yeah, yeah. No, I
Oh, that
agree.
speech about Mike's grandma was probably
Yeah,
that was like peak Hopper and everything else was like, eh.
Yeah.
yeah. Right. That's a good point, Sarah. Uh, but yeah, no, I love what they're doing with Hopper and like I said with Elle, it got there. That was cool. Um, there's a lot of bodies in season 5 so far. There's a lot of. I mean, I'm like, wow, they are
Oh yeah,
not
they're just
playing
killing
around.
everybody like indiscriminately.
Yeah,
I'm like, I'm
yeah.
here for it.
I
But it
me
definitely
too.
was a jump. Like, you know what actually did surprise me? So when she's jumping across the rooftops in the thunder and she jumps too soon and then she just
Mhm.
breaks that guy's neck, like it was just like nothing. And she was
Yeah.
Yes.
just so just like, hi, sorry, and did it. I was like,
Yeah.
okay, that's a little outside her normal character because usually we see them like fighting for their lives. But
Yeah.
like in this time, it's like they're on the offense, like they're seeking them out and killing them, which is like a shift in tone.
Yeah, there was definitely a shift in tone. When she did that and she was like, "Pop," and he just went and got aced out, I was like, "Wow." There wasn't
Mhm.
even any she didn't even blink her eyes. It's like this is a different L here. You're right. There's a little bit of a difference that kind of threw me off. Shout out to Linda Hamilton for always
Yeah.
just just being badass even when she's bad. Uh
Oh,
when
she sucks in this. Her
oh
character.
my yes. No, I agree. Because I'm like, look, get this, you know what?
Hmm.
And when Hopper finally knocks her, I was like, I didn't feel bad about it. I was
I
just
No.
was
like,
like, why didn't he shoot her? So she must come back into play later.
bro, you know what's so funny? My 12-year-old said that too. She's like, why didn't you shoot her then? I'm like, oh my God, what am I teaching my kids here? You know,
Well,
it's
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 like,
true
true
though.
when they're
He
just
killed everybody else.
yeah.
it is true. Oh my God.
Speaking of
Oh,
badass women, I feel like we would be remiss if we didn't mention Karen Walk 'em Down, friggin' Walker. Like,
Oh, wait. First, what Erica said? Yes, I said that exact thing. She said her hair looks.
yeah.
Yes, I said that exact thing, Erica. I was
that's
like,
true.
isn't that weird? They just swapped them out. Okay, sorry,
Papa,
Sarah.
yes,
No, it's true. She does have a weird haircut. No,
right?
Karen Walk 'em Down Wheeler are all the memes I've been seeing lately. And it's just people breaking wine bottles.
Right?
Dude.
I gotta admit, that was a badass moment that came out of nowhere. I was like, this chick, what kind of a mom? You know what I mean? And she stood up for her child. I did like that.
I think that's
Even
that
like
episode
deadbeat
too.
Ted came in with a
Yeah.
golf club.
Yeah,
Like
He did
that whole
nothing
family.
for
Holly put up
5
a fight. Good for them.
It was
right?
his one scene to do something, and he
I
instantly
know.
just gets
Boom.
put
Knocked
him
the
in a
hell out.
coma.
Oh my
Oh my
God.
god.
No, but
Yeah.
I really liked that. That was probably in the earlier episodes. Was that episode 2?
Yeah, that was the episode 2
Yes.
opening.
When you
Yep.
binge them all together, you lose kind of track of
Yeah.
where one ends and one begins.
That's
But
true.
that was probably my favorite sequence of that episode from the time when Holly gets attacked. That whole scene of them like in the bathroom and downstairs, and Nancy and Eleven finding them. Like that was probably my favorite part of that whole episode.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a good part. I enjoyed it. A lot of
I think that was
tension.
like my second favorite scene in the season so far. Second or
Yeah.
third.
Yeah.
Felt
Yeah,
like that
it
was
was
really strong.
Yeah, it was up there for sure. I also dug the part, and I know we talked about how the scene where Hopper and Eleven find themselves together in the Upside Down, but the scene where she's totally handicapped and the guards are closing in on them, and I'm just like, what is he gonna do? You know, you got one gun versus what was it, 6 military dudes, and plus the tank, and I'm like, and it was so cool because that scene where the guards are coming up towards um that
The wall.
metal wall that they were
Mm.
behind, and they step on like it was a twig or something. The Hopper set there to know how far they are away from the wall, so he'd know where to throw the grenades. I was like, bro, I'm loving
Mm.
this guy as much as I ever have because he's just figuring out a way, and it was a really cool tense scene, and I like that too, that to be able to show that these characters, and I mean they've pretty much always done that, but showing these characters to be capable of doing things even without 11. Like 11 is so, you know, god tier in a lot of ways. So it's like, well, of course you're gonna, win the day. But they've, found interesting ways like that scene to have her, handicapped, and it's like you can't rely on her. You got to figure it out on your own. And I did
Yeah, and he
appreciate
went
that.
in there without her.
Right.
He thought he was on his own, which was
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, no doubt. Um, the other thing that was interesting about these episodes, there were so many callbacks. I mean,
Yeah.
like Easter eggs and callbacks. And it's so funny in the thread. I was gonna, because I was working, so I didn't get a chance. I couldn't like put stuff in there. I was just kind of like catching up to you guys and reacting. But I was so thinking about the Haddonfield Memorial Hospital scene.
Yes.
And when you guys put it in there, I was like, yes, I saw it. It's so funny. This is how nerdy I am with Halloween. As soon as the scene hit, and I just could see it, to the left, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, I look over to Corey and I'm like, dude, that's Halloween too. She's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, HMH. She's like, what's that? And
Ah,
I'm like, "It's Haddonfield Memorial Hospital from Halloween 2. It's an Easter egg to Halloween 2. It has to be." And then she looked at me, she's like, "Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Wow, you saw that?" I'm like, "Bro," I'm just like, I'm lurking for this
that's
type of stuff
so cool.
sometimes.
I didn't see
Yeah.
it until
You
Val
didn't?
sent it or Sarah, I forget who sent it, but yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't see it when I watched it. Mm.
Crazy stuff, man. And I felt like they homaged a couple of other aspects of Halloween. There was this one shot, and I can't remember it specifically, but I was saying it to Corey, and I'm like, this has like a Halloween feel. I don't know if it was right around the attack for Holly, but like the music kind of had that vibe, like a Carpenter-esque
Mm.
vibe. And there was definitely some homages. I felt like they were either maybe an homage to Ash or either Leatherface with the chainsaw. You know, it was just some cool stuff,
Mm.
man.
Yeah, Mr.
Um,
Sandman playing was
yeah,
good.
that's yes,
Yeah.
yes. As soon as they did, I'm like, come on, we know what you guys are doing. This is great stuff, man.
The Home
Um,
Alone house traps.
Yeah.
yes,
That was
or
good.
and I also was thinking Elm Street too, but you're right,
Yeah.
Home Alone for sure. But when I saw that one trap where the nails from the board would come down to hit the demo right in the torso, I was like, man, this is like Wes Craven 101 right here because he loved those traps and stuff in his films. But callbacks all over the place. Alice in Wonderland, the whole thing with Holly, or
Mhm.
you could think of like Little Red Riding Hood. Like even Coriander said that to me. She's like dressed up like almost like she's like a Little Red Riding Hood going off, and I'm like, yeah, you're right. So it was cool, just seeing all those different types of things, and there was more stuff too. I can't really think of all of
It's
them
also
unless you
very
guys.
Matrix, right? They're all plugged into this thing, but they're living in their dream world.
Yes, yes, yes. I agree with that. No doubt at all. I mean, I think that's one of the things about the series that I've always enjoyed as well is that it does have kind of all these through lines and these characters. Um, that's kind of what makes it so much fun, to kind of see those callbacks and Easter eggs. Um, I'm gonna miss this show when it's over. Just even
Me
talking about it,
too.
I keep thinking to myself about what may be coming, and then realizing that that's it. It's gonna be over.
Yeah. It really hit me after episode 4 ended. I was like, "Oh, uh-oh.
I
Yeah.
know.
It's coming." Oh,
Let, let,
no.
let me ask you guys this as we start to wind down. Do you think, because to me, like the best shows, just like a great movie, it sticks the landing. You know what I mean? Like it's
Mhm.
great, you love things about it. I'm not saying things have to be perfect, but the best of the best usually stick the landing. Do you think that season 5 will stick the landing? And if so, why? And if not, why not? Sarah, I'll start with you.
I think when a show decides to go out on their own terms,
Mhm.
they usually do stick the landing and they don't really have an excuse not to. Like you had
True.
time to plan your arc. I think they said that this season was almost $500 million. It was like $480 million.
Mm.
They've been in post-production for a year. They've been filming for longer. Apparently, they've known the end since the beginning. So I don't think they have an excuse to not really land the plane. And of course, I'm
Mm.
hoping they do. Like, there's nothing worse than being really invested in a show. And then in the finale, you're like, wow, that was rushed and awful. And it's kind of ruined it for me. So,
Mm.
God, I'm just hoping, I'm just praying that they land the plane.
Yeah, yeah. Julie, how about you? What do you think?
Yeah, well, what Sarah said, going out on your own terms, quitting while you're ahead. But even further than that, I feel like they've had low points, but they've always stuck the landing, in my opinion, for every season.
Mm.
So I feel like even with season
Yeah.
4, when I had kind of the low points of like, I don't really like what they're doing with so and so's characters. Um, I feel like they've always pulled it together at the end. So I think they're
Mm.
going to, and I feel like there were some slow parts in this first part of the season, but I feel like I don't know. I feel like episode 4 and then like the highs of this season so far kind of solidified. Like, yeah, they're gonna pull together. I think
Yeah.
they
Ye-
will.
That's a good point. Yeah, I think I will say this. I agree. Each season has landed, really well for me.
Yeah.
Obviously, and I've been excited to go into the next season. Um, and like Sarah said, I mean, there are no excuses at this point because you've had enough time to craft it. You've got the same crew all together, so there's a level of greatness that you've come to expect. And that's the price you pay for success. I mean, this show is been amazingly successful. So now you just gotta, you gotta stick the landing. And I don't think there's any excuse why they shouldn't be able to. And it looks like we're headed in that direction. They were able to, the one thing to me, and either one of you guys, if you want to comment on it, let me know. The thing that's been pretty cool to me is that they've been able to craft this story that kind of started in one place, kind of in a small place, and it truly blossomed into this big thing. All these other characters kind of came in and became connected to it, and now here we are, with this obvious situation with Vecna and trying to figure that out. And it's just been kind of cool to see that, over these years and these seasons. So I love the story and how it's just blossomed, and I can't wait to see how they're going to end it. I really
Yeah.
can't.
And I love how they've carried over, well, I guess I would say the villain,
Yeah.
season to season. I was really
Yeah.
worried at the end of 4 they were gonna kill him, and I'm like, well, what's season 5 then? So
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
Yeah.
didn't do that.
Right. Hmm.
I
Yeah.
think that's really
I agree.
smart because they've got a gold mine there.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yep. Yep. And then Shanta said, "Let's talk about Vecna's new outer form." And he looks like a pissed
yes.
off evil Groot. Yeah.
Right? Looks like a sassy Groot. He's got long nails. He's like
Yeah.
waving
Yes.
his like fingers. Now he has like a stretchy arm. He's got no
Yes.
waist. He's super snatched.
Yep. When he first
Sarah.
came out looking like that, I was like, "Now hold on." And then I was reminded, "Oh yeah, he was burned, so I guess all of his fat burned off." But it's like, what? If you look at a side by side picture, he's all squishy and cute in season 4.
Right?
He just like got a little pudgy tummy.
Like a little
You know,
Teletubby.
he's natural, right? But then in this one, he comes out like, yeah, snatched waist, wide shoulders, the press on nails. I was like, what is going on?
And we're gonna have to do a part 2 after volume 2 comes out because I'm like, we haven't even talked about
No.
Will at the end of episode 4. We haven't talked
No.
about Vecna.
True.
We could yap forever on this.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
well, let me just say this, and I don't know if I had mentioned it to you guys or not. I might have, but you have to forgive me because there's so much going on, with just putting this together and so forth. And I didn't know at first when we were going to be getting home, but I'm hoping to stream at the end of this week. So if you guys are available, that'd be great. If not, we'll figure out something, but we could definitely continue the conversation, no doubt. But I will say this as a tease, and I think we said it backstage. Will, look, it's about time. It's like, let's give my boy something here. He's been held back. I'm tired of them like doing him dirty, and
Oh my
he
gosh.
had his moment, and I was all for it. I really was, because like I said, they've been kind of doing him dirty. I'm like, bro, this is where it all started, you know. And so it was really cool to see, just seeing him kicking some ass. It was like that was awesome,
It was amazing. And the internet loves him, which is so cool because he always got beat up on the internet.
Yeah.
And to be
Yes.
fair, I was not a fan of him in season 4. I was like, what are they doing with Will? Like
Right?
No.
nothing. He's wasted.
Right?
Ah,
Oh my God. So true. He's just kind of staring off longly. And I'm like, what do we, bro? Come on. You're better than that. I also, real quick too, want to say, and I've always been a Winona fan. Like, she's just, chef's kiss. I love those scenes with her and Will, as far as just trying to be that mother that is looking out for your child, but also understanding that your child is their own person, and getting older. And I love that little delicate dialogue that they had um in this season so far. I thought that was really well done. And it was cool to see, it's like, yeah, he's got to take some chances. You can't keep him in a bubble. And I thought it was some great moments character wise, for Winona as well. So cool stuff, man.
It was, and you could, in just from like one scene to another, you could see this like tiny bit of growth because you have the scene when she goes and snatches up Robin and Will after their little adventure, and she's giving them an
Yes.
earful in the car, and he kind of finally stands up to her. And he's like, I'm
Yeah.
not gonna deal with this anymore. Like,
Right.
we're in danger. It's no time to play it safe. And then they're back in the meeting with everybody. And Jonathan's like, I'm not sure we can do this. And she's like, everybody's in danger. There's no time to play it safe. And then she kind of like looks at Will and smiles.
Yeah. Yeah. That was cool. I don't know. It just little things like that sometimes mean a lot to me, especially when you have characters like this. And it was just cool to see her um, backing him up, and again,
Yeah.
Will is the shit. It's like, that is so great. I'm here for it. I really am.
Yeah, I mean, that was huge growth for her because this whole show, she's just been screaming, Will, Will, like
Yes.
my baby. And now he's like, no, like I've got it. and
Yeah.
and she saw it, which was awesome. So
Yep.
yeah.
And also, just like you guys said, the dynamic with him and Robin, and how before he got the huge power up, how her dialogue was playing, and I knew that was gonna come back at some point. I didn't expect it at that point, but I knew it had to come back. And it was just, again, it was a great scene because I was like, holy crap. And I had actually said that too, to Coriander. It was like, this is like the Matrix. Neo in the real world can do shit. You know what I mean? It's like, this is cool. I love it.
It
So
was incredible. Oh
yeah.
And
my
they're playing
gosh.
all the clips of all the moments back from, I think it was season 3, when they were all trying to tell him to like remember his past and like their favorite moments with him. And then,
Yes.
oh my God, I was getting a little teary during that part.
Yeah.
And then he went
Hell
full
yeah.
badass and killed all the Demogorgons like Vecna, and I was like on my feet. I was so
Yeah.
excited.
Yeah. I
That's
was
what it
pumped up.
took. Took
Right?
Mike being threatened. He's like,
That's what it
time to get
takes.
serious.
Whatever
It's
it
time to
takes,
play the
man.
game.
Whatever it takes. Real quick before we head on out of here, I just wanted to say again, thanks to all you guys. And Erica was saying, funny thing, I popped into that on Patreon, thought my phone wasn't working right, so I left and it got busy at work. But I saw that you went live there. Thank you so much. I appreciate that, Erica. It worked. I was testing it out. So yeah, again, that's going to be something that hopefully I'll be able to employ fully coming up, maybe even a couple days. And also, Erica, thank you for the gifted membership. Much love. Appreciate that. Helps us out so very much. And John, also in the chat, coming in with a super chat. Thank you so much, brother. We appreciate that. Saying, hey everyone. Hope you all are well. Just wanted to send a quick shout out to all of you. Best wishes for the holidays. Very grateful for finding this channel and hope the rest of your year is amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank
Wow.
you. You too.
Oh, that is
That's so
awesome.
nice.
It's beautiful, man. And again, I hope that everyone did have a great holiday and that you're safe and you enjoyed some good food and some friendship. And like I was telling the ladies when we were talking about doing this episode, for me it was just the idea of getting back from my holiday with my dad and family. And I was just thinking, man, I just want to go live and just see how the community is doing, and hopefully have a place where we can kind of all get together and do some more talking and laughing. So thank you so much, John. We appreciate the support. It means so much to us. All right. Well, for the rest of you guys that have come in, welcome. If you haven't been here the whole time, check out the replay. We got into some really cool Stranger Things talk, and we've got plenty to go. Like we were just saying, we do a part 2 because we do have to get into more Vecna. We got to get more into some Will, because I'm just hyped about Will. And I never thought I'd be like that. It's so funny because when I know I keep going back to it. I'm sorry, ladies. This is the last thing. But when it happened, I even looked at Corey, and not that I it's not that I never disliked Will, but after a certain point, I was just like, yeah, it's Will. You know what I mean? Especially how they did him dirty last season. I just didn't even think I'd get that hyped up for him, but I was so hyped when he, did his level up. And I'm really excited for where that character is going to go. And I think it's great and it makes sense. And I'm just so happy. Because like you said too, Julie, he was just getting crapped on
He
online. And like,
was.
that's not cool, man.
He
Come on.
turned it around. And like, oh my gosh, if you remember back to season 2 where he's just like in anguish, like physically and mentally from what he went
Yeah.
through, it's like, oh my God, like this kid has
Yeah.
suffered so much and now he's like he's taking it back. It's so
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
I'm so
Definitely.
happy.
It's awesome stuff, man. It really is. Alrighty, well, guys, we are going to get ready to end it there. We appreciate you hanging out with us so much. The Scream at Night podcast, we're going to have this up on Spotify and Apple Podcasts and the other platforms, hopefully tomorrow. And definitely, if you get a chance, check us out there. If you are at work and you need something to listen to, or you're on a long drive, which is when I usually get a chance to catch up on content and podcasts and so forth, definitely check us out there. We appreciate it. If you're not following Sarah or Julie on Instagram, make sure you guys do that. They are hilarious. And like I told them, they got me through today with just the fun memes and quotes and conversation. We have a great time, all of us, Val included, in May. So it's a lot of fun. So we will catch you guys next time. Have a great night. And as always, if you're watching this, if you're listening to this, you are the Night Watch. Peace.